Hey. This is everyone show podcast. I'm the man, the host for the most, the man. I'm the host for the most with the pronouns, and this is the man in the pits with the tits, Brendan. And this is the Everyone Show podcast. Howdy doody.
Hello
everybody
there.
out there. Howdy doody. Everybody out there enjoying the music.
Yeah.
Turned it up a bit. No, I haven't really. I
You
turned it
better
down
not.
1%. It's 3% now. You can't get it any quieter. It's not going. Whoever can. It's not going. It's not going. Okay. How did you enjoy the race, sir?
It was quite interesting, I thought. It was quite good. There was a couple of surprise performances. The whole weekend was quite a surprise with the wet weather and the low hour running.
So wanted it to rain on the race day. I thought that would have made it. It always makes it special, yeah. So let's go through it'll never beat your 2011, obviously, but we can't all have a 2011 Canadian Grand Prix, can we? 4 or 5 glorious hours of it.
We're going to have segments today.
Yeah. Yeah, let me just have a little sip of the old amber nectar.
All right, okay. Struth, mate. Is that actually Foster's, though?
No, it's not. Oh, no one drinks Foster's.
No.
Carlsberg expert. See, one sip, all over the show. So let's go straight away to good race, bad race.
Steering wheel, somebody tell him to give it to me. Come on, move.
Hey! Right, so good race, bad race. Let's just go through. I've got the results up here.
Oh, yeah?
Prepared. Max Verstappen.
Who's he?
Had a lovely race, apparently. Like everything in his life's lovely at the moment.
It's nice.
Which is lovely. What a lovely race. The only excitement he had was nearly coming off the racetrack at the end. Wasn't it, really?
Oh, no, he hit a seagull as well.
Oh, wow. What an action-packed day he had
He
as a Formula One driver.
He drove quite a lot of laps with a seagull stuck in his intake, in his brake duct.
Really?
Yeah.
He had a seagull stuck on his duck. Wow.
He did there.
Fantastic.
Allegedly, that's why Alonso only beat him by 9 seconds.
Oh, beat who? He didn't. Alonso
was only beaten by 9 seconds, 9.5 seconds.
Oh, wow. Because you're saying that he would have been about 4 years away.
25, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. So let's go from the back first. Logan Sargent. Oh, dear. But that's a mechanical issue, isn't it? Is it the car? Is it the driver? It's not good for him.
And a bit of context here, we are coming into silly season.
Oh, yeah. It's all over the place on the interweb, the interweb with that. The teletext and the Oracle. Do you remember those days? That was the interweb.
CFAX.
I used to love that game, Bamboozle. That was the interweb of our generation, people. The CFAX. So Logan Sargent, not a good race. George Russell, a good race, even though he dropped it into the wall. That
was a mistake. That was 100% driver error.
He showed his potential by getting all the way up into the points again. I mean, geez Louise. From the back of the grid again to the points, that's where you want to. That's the kind of guy you want in your car.
Yeah, but I mean, should he have made that mistake though?
Yeah, no. Yeah, but no, but.
Yeah, but no, but yeah.
But it's not a seat-threatening mistake, unlike our other little friend, Mr. De Vries, last at the back. It could not have got worse for him. I mean, that's it, isn't it? Does this man want to be fired by the end of the season?
Do you think he's going to make it?
No, he's not going to make it.
I mean, I know we talked about it offline, but you know, there's an awful lot of rumors going around at the moment.
I mean, and that was a real rookie mistake, wasn't it? Come on, take
Danny
K-Mag out.
Ricciardo sitting in the wings, right?
Yeah.
You've got Alex Albon out driving his car massively. You know,
and you've got a lot of people just sniffing around. Like every time you go to a shop, there's a Mick Schumacher in the pits Do you know what I mean? And
Schumacher's another one. Yeah.
everybody's sniffing around to get back in the seat, and you've got Nick de Vries pulling.
And then you've got the up and coming ones as well that aren't necessarily on our radar, but are definitely on Helmut Marko and on the team management's radar.
I'm telling you now, I think Nick de Vries got. I said this last time. I mean, I'm not even that confident he's going to make it to Austria.
Oh, here we go.
Well, I said last time he had one more race, and look where he finished.
Yeah.
Right at the back.
And it was the way that he finished as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was pure frustration because
Who was it
got past them? Was it Russell that got past de Vries and Magnussen while they were squabbling a bit? And then de Vries just slung it up there. No idea how he was going to put the brakes on. And took K-Mag out, and K-Mag still finishes in front of him. That's just...
And considering K-Mag hit the wall on the first lap.
Nick, I don't know whether it's the writing's on the wall for the boy, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We say this every week though. I'm getting conscious of the fact that we're saying that every week.
Are you? So am I. Let's have another sip of this.
Yeah, well, good content for those on the
Good content. Listen to me drinking Carlsberg Export. Okay, K-Mag. Bit of a stinker, really, for him. Not good. Not good.
No.
Where does his teammate go?
I mean, so if we're talking about Haas in general,
the Hulk was.
I mean, obviously, Hulk was a beneficiary of the rain.
Yeah.
He performed his car. But then he finished in 15th. So Hulk went down 11 places. K-Mag went down 4.
Yeah, so it's a car thing with those guys, isn't it, really? Let's be honest.
Yeah. I saw a ludicrous article about trying K-Mag instead of Perez as Hamilton's wingman. Because he's solid, he races the same every week, he's consistent.
Yeah, and the experience he must have with different teams. I mean, how many teams has K-Mag... Oh, Hulkenberg been in, sorry.
That doesn't mean he's going to be... Sergio's had a few different teams as well.
I don't know, it just feels like he's got more experience. He's been around longer, hasn't he?
He's never won a race, though.
Sergio Perez was in a McLaren once. Those were the days. They put him in there too quickly, I think. But he was in it. He got a shot. He got a shot the big time when McLaren were kind of all right, not through their dark period, which is still now, because Lando Norris 13th, Tsunoda. That's unusual for Tsunoda to be 14th there.
He had a good race, I think.
Yeah, so I do like him. There's definitely something he's got, isn't there, Tsunoda?
Yeah.
Zhou Guan Yu, where did Bottas finish? That car was doing all right, wasn't it? It was a bit, Bottas is 10th. Zhou Guan Yu, 16th. Bottas did good. Alpines aren't really up there again. Alpine had a couple of, there's Gasly in 12th.
They're a bit
inconsistent.
Yeah. But I think that will come. I think that will come to them.
Yeah, I mean, they seem to make a step forward, and then, yeah. Oscar Piastri beating his teammate again. This has got to be a little bit of a warning sign for our friend Norris, isn't it?
You think?
Do you not think? I don't know. I don't know. He is on par with Norris. You can't argue that. There's a couple of overtakes as well, wasn't there?
I think it doesn't look good for Daniel Ricciardo.
But what, for any team?
Well, yeah, because he, if Oscar Piastri's coming in and matching,
it's a different year though, different car, isn't it?
How different?
I don't know. I don't make the bloody things. Oh, you've stopped. Have you stopped? No, you're there.
Okay.
Yeah, you're doing a lot of moving around.
No,
right.
Still here.
Still struggling on. Yeah, I mean, Bottas, good job. Bottas, good job. We can say that.
Yeah.
Lance
He
Stroll,
was in amongst it.
He was in amongst it. He was doing well. What about this unsportsmanlike behaviour thing for Norris? What do you think on that?
It's difficult to prove it. I mean, for those who aren't sure what we're talking about, Lando Norris was accused and then found guilty of slowing down the cars. Was it during the safety car? Taking too long, he was going too slow to back everybody
Backing him
up
up or something.
Yeah.
To assist his teammate, I think, wasn't it? Was it something
Yeah.
like that? But it's the first time I've ever heard it used by the FIA, unsportsmanlike behaviour. I mean, you think down the line, someone has moved Michael Schumacher with Paul. Do you know what I mean? But I've never heard the FIA do it. So you hear a commentator go, it's a bit unsportsmanlike, isn't it?
And especially to use that as the reason for the penalty.
They take a long time with these penalties. We're going to investigate this. We're going to investigate that. But it's on there for ages. It's like for crying out loud. Stroll.
Is it just the FIA getting too cautious and having to penalise him for something and not knowing exactly and just saying like
there's nothing in the rule book unless
yeah.
there must be a rule in there that says unsportsmanlike behaviour.
Bit of a catch-all, isn't it?
Yeah, because everything could be, getting your elbows out. It's about unsportsmanlike, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lance Stroll still hanging in there.
Hanging in there? I mean, he started 16th and finished ninth. So that's 7th place grid.
That's a car that can overtake a Mercedes and be finished behind a Red Bull. It's just not good enough. If your teammate's 7 miles behind you, it's just, do you see what I mean? This is where we're going to move into.
I get it. But playing devil's advocate, he still finished. So
higher than he started.
Sergio was 12th to start and finished 6th. So he went up 6th, and Stroll went up. What do we say? 7.
Yeah.
So he outperformed Sergio Perez.
Alonso would have still finished 2nd.
Yeah. I mean,
but Verstappen doesn't matter where you put him in the grid, he'll win the race. And these are the problems you have, because if someone in the same machinery is just completely crushing it, it's going to look bad on you. Albon,
is it going to look bad on anyone, or is it just Lance? And that's what you've got to say. Is it a combination of of a really good car and an absolutely awesome driver, Alonso or Verstappen, right? And they're just journeyman drivers. Stroll, we've said that before. Perez.
But they're both in really good cars. All it does is highlight they're not very good drivers, doesn't it?
They still went up 7 places,
It's not what we want to hear from.
I don't know, it's hard. No matter who.
Alpine did all right. Ocon, we've got Ocon in their points. Ocon's doing all right against Gasly, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's doing all right. Hold on. And Albon, Catboy, he's up there. That was a good race for Albon. Was it say Albon's really good with his tyres? Didn't we see this last year at some point?
A lot of good things about him, Albon. He's great at defending. He had all those cars racked up behind him there.
But wasn't there a race last year where he only changed his tyres once at the last lap because he had to?
Yep. That was.
He's good at him in that car and tyre degradation. He's good at that stuff.
Yeah,
we could say that.
Yeah.
Perez. What do we say about Perez? What do you think? Well, look, if you're going by how many positions you make, yeah, of course he did. But if you're going by you're in the same car as the dude who's won it, it should be line astern.
But the dude that's won it's won the same number of races as Ayrton Senna.
Who? Perez?
No. Verstappen. Verstappen's now won the same number of races as Ayrton Senna.
Yeah, I don't like those kind of things, comparisons. Completely.
Yeah, but he is a fantastic driver. He's a driver of a generation,
Yeah. In a
car of a generation.
Yeah, I
And
don't know whether the boys behind are
It's hard.
catching.
I think it's really unfair to be judgmental of Sergio at the moment. You know,
Why? He's been in the game a long time, Perez.
he was asked to have
He's
a good
not a
weekend,
newbie.
and he had a good
He's not
weekend.
Nick de Vries.
But he's top 6. He took the car from
That
he
car
started-
literally can drive into the sunset, and he's battling with Albon at one point. You're battling a Williams. You're in a Red
okay.
Bull.
He also got overtaken by Carlos Sainz
Those Ferraris are just weird, aren't
without
they? You
DRS.
just can't. You literally
in the first couple of laps.
can't call those Ferraris, can you? I can't
No.
call them. I just don't know where they're going to end up. 1 minute they're like 1-2, or 2-3 or whatever, and then they're just top 10, or they're out of the top or Q3 or something stupid like that. I just can't predict them. But we could say Mercedes had a good weekend, but not as a stonking weekend, because they're still not really on the level of Aston Martin, which I'm a bit gutted about. I thought they'd let them.
They're definitely getting there, though. They're
They're definitely there. But I thought after the last race, it looked like they'd let them.
It's a shame that Russell didn't finish. It would have been interesting to see how far he'd have got through.
There's someone you could say about places, isn't it? He started the race. Did he make any place up at the start? What was the highest he got to? And then he's put it in the wall. But how many places did he make up again to get into the top 10 again?
Yeah.
That car's got some potential in it.
Yeah.
But they're still... I thought they would be ahead of Alonso. Alonso's just in a world of his own. Who sang that song? Anyway.
What?
What?
I wasn't talking about that.
What the hell? What the bloody hell is he talking about? And Fernando Alonso, great race again. Still in his zen moments.
Yeah.
And Verstappen just off in the sunset. Alonso, yes, still giving all the credit. Still loving his life, isn't he? Lovely moments between him and Hamilton. They've got some bromance going on now, I think, haven't they?
Yeah, they've got a lot of respect going on. They're very mature, the three.
Well, I think it's a case of once you're not in the same, once you've got that distance, it would be. I always think it's a shame that Rosberg's not on the grid. Do you know what I mean? Because you reckon that Hamilton and Rosberg would be mates again if they were in different cars. Do you know what I mean?
Well, you know they race each other in the is it
E-racing?
the rally? Yeah.
Oh.
The electric rally cars, the X class or whatever it's called.
What, actual physical cars?
Yeah, electric cars.
So they must have repaired that friendship. Must have just been so intense.
There's still a big rivalry.
Obviously, it's always going to be there. I mean, to retire undefeated, that's the one. That's the one. World champion, drop the mic, off you go. But Alonso doing what Alonso does, which is just finishing in the top 3.
Extreme E, it's called.
Extreme E. What is that, like a drug or something?
It's
it's like a normal ecstasy tablet.
I've watched a couple of it. It's all sustainable. They transport the cars
on the back of dolphins
by ship. They take them to areas that they do rallies. They don't have tracks, so they take them to endangered areas and they highlight issues and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's pretty good. Have a look into it. They race.
I will look into it now. I will.
But so Rosberg's got a team. Carlos Sainz's dad races in as well. Hamilton's got a team. There's a couple of other big hitters in there. I'd be able to tell you more if my internet was good and I could Google it as I've been trying at the moment. But it's not.
Well, are you on dial-up again? Remember that? Oh, goodbye today. Jeez. I'm on the internet. Get off the internet. Put the phone down now.
I need to talk to your Auntie Janice.
Just wait for those pictures to arrive. I think that's when I
had to get a new song.
When I first had my first email account. I think it was a Genie, BT Genie account, my first email account. I probably still got it. It's still floating around there somewhere.
I tried to
Some
find some
server.
old emails. I had a look at my old Yahoo account the other day, and I could find emails that I had received, but none of the sent ones from the same time. For some reason, the sent ones had all gone, and all the received ones, some of the received ones were missing as well, which was weird. It's all very strange.
Nothing in your junk, trash.
It gets emptied, doesn't it?
I don't know
Anyway.
how it works, mate. Where do these emails go? They just sit around on a server somewhere in Silicon Valley, don't they?
Till you become famous, and then some trashy.
Oh yeah,
journal
or you
picks them out,
misgender
and then-
someone or something like that, and then you're all over the internet, and then they put up tweets about something you said 4 years ago or something. I don't know. Not that I tweet anything. Listen to me. I don't do anything like that. I can barely get an Xbox One working.
You're not a grinder or anything like that, so why would you even care,
Why the grinder? Why is it? You know a lot more about grinder. Anyway, that's the end of Good Race, Bad Race, people. Now let's go for some pit talk, which is just going to be clickbait articles about Perez and Nick de Vries getting sacked. Okay, so let's go. Pit talk. Pit talk. That was.
So I'm going to disagree with you there with pit talk. A couple of things I want to talk about.
Oh, go.
Tyre blankets.
Well, yes, we talked about this briefly, didn't we? The tyre blankets, which are going to be banned. Are they banned from next year?
The FIA are planning to ban the tyre blankets from next year.
I don't think that's going to happen. That's not going to
happen. No, it's not. Everyone's saying no, it's not. The earliest little droplet when George Russell says anything political, it's because he's the head of the drivers' association.
Yeah,
and he came out over the weekend and said that it's absolutely craziness to attempt to do that because the tires don't warm up quick enough, and they're not grippy enough.
Dangerous.
Yeah, it's 100% dangerous. Yeah. And the reason that they're dropping the tyre blankets, do you know why they're planning on dropping them?
Some kind of green thing.
Environmental impact, right? So they're electric and they're a little bit heavy, right? That's not insurmountable, right? SailGP, we've spoken about this before. SailGP have several tournaments within tournaments, right? It's not just about how you race on the course. They have eco tournaments as well about how much power you generate yourself compared to how much power you take from the local grid. So local grid impact and stuff like that.
Right.
So Team Canada, for example, have all solar panels and they power their entire operation by the solar panels on the containers that their team is within. Right?
Yeah.
And that's the entirety of their power. It's different sort of racing, different power demands, but it's achievable. Put solar panels up that power your tire blankets. Offset the carbon that way. There's ways to do it and still have the number of tire blankets they have. They've got 12, 3 sets of tires per car per race, really, that they're going to have blankets up. So that's 12 tire blankets. How heavy are 24 tire blankets? Is it really worth it when you're shipping?
Yeah, but you know that this is just political.
They
They don't want to do it. This is demanded by, the message, as
Find something else. Find something that's not safety related. There must be hundreds of things. Don't buy metal.
I just got literally just got. It's almost like, and you've seen this. All right, let's go into it. Right, these big multinational companies have to do these things, and these things are dictated to by the W whatever, WEF or whatever. Right, they're dictated, and they get bonuses for doing this kind of stuff. Like when you're on Twitter and it's Pride Month or whatever, and it's support Pride Month and that. Well, you know what I mean, though, don't you? Right? And all these,
not really.
All these global companies just support. They support equality and diversity and that. They get money to do that. They're paid to do that. And the green agenda stuff is the same thing. They get big bucks breaks by doing these tokenistic.
That is all immaterial. That is all
okay.
immaterial.
I'm just saying.
Find something that's achievable and worthwhile to spend that money on or to do. But tire blankets is nonsense.
Yes, yeah. It's not. I find the whole green agenda a bit nonsense anyway.
That's a different conversation.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is purely it's a tokenistic thing, and it's got to be something visible. They can't just let's ditch Took Out Friday or whatever that no one sees anyway. It's got to be something visible, and that's an easy target visible thing on the grid, isn't it? They take the tire blankets off, they put them back on. People can see that they're doing something when they're not really probably doing anything that much at all. But you're right. I think it's just ridiculous. And what about the people who make them? It's one company in England that makes all of those. They're going to go bust. That's it. The whole company's going to go bust. And the poor people, what if the people working there got mortgages that have just doubled overnight anyway? I mean,
Yeah, exactly. So something else that happened that's related but not directly affecting racing is the grid walk. Did you hear about the grid walk?
I didn't. I saw there's going to be reined in at some point, isn't it? What happened? You tell me. I missed this.
So Neymar, who's a Brazilian footballer, he plays for Paris Saint-Germain, trying to get out of it. He was at the Barcelona Grand Prix. He was part of the grid walk. I think Martin Brundle said hello to him as part of Sky's grid walk that's broadcast across the world. I personally enjoyed that. It's quite a good, fun part of the thing. You see quite a lot of.
We could talk about that cool down room again in a minute. Go on. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
We can get to that. Watching Martin Brundle down on his hands and knees,
trying to see what they're doing to a Ferrari. Yeah, I saw
Ferrari that. That was pretty cool. That was quite fun, right? I like that. So I like the things, but
he's frozen. The man in the.
But what happened there was everybody cleared off, and it should just be the mechanics. No, I'm still here.
You did do a bit of a freezing
down the side of the. It should just be the mechanics and the team members down the side of the track when the cars drive off. Turns out Neymar was still standing there. Now, whether this is the first time it's happened or not, but Neymar is very visible and a very well-known person, and lots of people saw him standing there as the cars drove off. So it's.
Oh, that is naughty, isn't it? So he's obviously gone, I'm Neymar, I'm staying. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
At some point, if you're like, Tom Cruise or something, you're going to go, I'm staying. I'm Tom Cruise. Are you going to wrestle me?
But you also know the value of having rules and why you need to follow them and what will happen to people if you don't follow them.
No, that. Jesus.
I think it's quite disrespectful to go to an event and not follow the rules.
Yeah.
Especially a safety one like that, right? Oh, you can only have 3 beers, sneak in and have 6. Yeah, that's fine. Standing by the side of the track where you're not aware of all the safety regulations, you don't know what the signals mean. If something happens, if something goes wrong, you're not insured for that. God forbid somebody, everyone drives off, somebody stops.
Where exactly was he on the grid?
He was at the side of the grid. It's what it says.
Okay. So it wasn't like that.
Neymar was still positioned at the edges of the grass on the main straight as the formation lap began. Is the detail that is there. And
and the thing is as well with the interweb, you can't get away with that sort of nonsense. Someone's going to be on and go, well, FIA regulation 4141666669, the worst group of random numbers I come up with, says that you're not allowed to do that. There's always someone watching, isn't there, on the interweb? There's a geek out there.
Yeah.
That's just because you go, So,
speaking of things that geeks bring to the world,
you've got to love a geek.
There's been a lot of chat about Red Bull winning 100 races, right?
Right. But did it? Was it this
week?
I
don't want. That was this last race. They won, right? That's 100 races Red Bull have won.
Right.
Fantastic, great. Don't want to take away from that, right? Ferrari have won 242 races.
Right. What's the big deal? Okay. You get
It's a benchmark. Adrian Newey's been involved in 200 race wins. I don't see what the hype's about. Williams have won 114 races. Mercedes,
I've
125
so
races.
missed Williams. I want Williams to go back up front and put a classic livery on. McLaren nearly did it at Monaco. They nearly put the classic livery on, didn't they? And they could make that classic livery work. Oh, no.
I just found lumpy bits at the bottom of my wine. That's not a good thing.
Lumpy bits. Is it white wine?
In white wine, yeah.
Yeah. You can get red wine if you can find bits at the bottom of red wine. It means it's a very old
Red
wine.
wine's fine. That's a bit of sentiment, but white
Sediment,
wine, not so
sediment,
good.
sediment's the word you're looking for.
Was it?
Was
Fuck
this
you
the word
very
you were
much,
looking for?
you
I think you were looking for this one.
Thank you very much. That's very interesting.
Yeah, thank you very much. Oh no, this is a family podcast. We've lost.
Is it?
That's it. That's the only viewer. We've just lost them. They've gone. They've gone.
Oh, sorry, they're too busy complaining about the music to complain about the language, mate.
And block. Yeah, I know what you mean. Everything's a celebration now, isn't it? Or just, and it's like, really, Williams. I want them up. What was the point I was making was with McLaren, they almost went for the classic livery at Monaco, and I don't think they could do that. I know they're probably terrified of advertising Marlboro cigarettes, but I think they could do that if they turned it the other way up, because they seem to do something at the front. I thought if they did the whole livery and did that bit at the front they'd done, that would look so cool. It looked like a classic McLaren without the Marlboro connotation. So you know what I mean, don't you? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. No, I do.
They nearly did the classic livery because the back of the McLaren, it looked great as it was driving away with that kind of livery. I like the classic liveries. I quite liked Williams's Martini livery a few years ago, because Martini did sponsor.
What about
they sponsored Brabham in the 70s, and it was a great looking car. Go on. With
what
Bernie
about
Eccleston.
McLaren's Triple Crown livery? Do you like that?
The what one? What?
The McLaren Triple Crown one that they had for Miami and Monaco, I think it was, wasn't it? Where they had 3 different liveries based in designed into the one livery, and they used that for they kind of combined all the liveries. You didn't notice that?
I don't know. I didn't notice that, so it didn't leave an impression. I don't like it when they go over the top. Like
thanks.
along. It didn't leave an impression. Don't do 3 liveries. Just do one livery. I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah, BAR did it one year where they cut the car halfway down the middle. Did you ever see that? That BAR car? You went into it then?
No.
I'll find a picture of it. You keep talking to the podcast listeners. I'll find a picture of this livery that BAR did.
How to send you a message.
Oh,
now you've frozen.
Have I? No, it's not me that's freezing, mate. I'm still moving. Can you hear me?
It's me. It's you that's freezing on my end.
Yeah, it will do, won't it? Because you're terrible into it.
Shut it.
What have you just sent me? Let me just find this BAR livery, which is half and half.
Okay. Well, is that Murray coming?
He is coming. We've got 2 minutes. I can see before livery half, and it's just awful. They just BAR livery images. Let's find a good picture of it. This one. Yeah. If I say this one, you can obviously see it. Share screen. Share. This one.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? So they unveiled it, and it was like half of the one side of it was one livery and one. Why? It does not work. Does not work. It looks awful.
Yeah.
When they unveiled it, they had 2 cars with 2 different liveries, and then they just amalgamate it. It's just awful. Who designs these liveries? Who was in the team? Let's have a look. Who was it? Oh, Jacques Villeneuve. Whoever that guy was. Who's that? Who is that? It's before Jenson Button got in there. Anyway, let's stop sharing that. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Stop sharing.
Extreme E is the link I shared you, and it shows you the vehicles and where they're based, where they race and all that kind of stuff.
Shall we have a look at that straight after a quick word from our friend Murray?
Yeah, let's do it. Where is he?
He's up there.
So easy to get it wrong.
Have a message from Mr. Murray Walker.
Oh,
Yeah.
Murray.
Do you think? Well, I'm going to get more done. I'm going to keep saying this, but obviously in about 4 weeks I'll have a lot more time. There might be some we have to look down to find. They're not up there. They're maybe down there. I don't know. It depends on how you feel.
It's Yuki.
Oh, Yuki. Why is that?
Yuki's got some good sound bites.
Has he?
Oh yeah.
You have to send me some.
You're the tech genius that finds these sound bites, mate.
You just send me the video. I can rip the audio and I can mess around. I need to get back on the old soundboard as well. I liked that when we had that, but it didn't quite work perfectly. We can get that sorted as well. So that we can safely say that's the end of Pit Talk, can't we?
I would safely say that, yeah.
You can say it dangerously, Paul. You can, Let's now get into predictions. Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh.
I put it to riot. Riot.
That's cool. I think let's have a look. Let's have a look. Share the screen. Oh, can I zoom
Let's
in?
just agree that I'm winning.
Oh, yeah. I think we can agree at the moment you're winning. I haven't added up these scores.
No,
yeah,
no,
you
no.
are definitely winning. I'm just seeing how I've put to win.
I was 8 points ahead last week.
Yeah, you're going to get some points here as well, my friend, because you're just going conservative on me. I mean,
And
you're not
what's your
taking
point? What's your point
any
caller?
risk.
What's your point caller?
I thought you said Paula. Oh, did you say Paula? Let's zoom in a bit here. Okay. Let's get. Where have I put that?
Let's
Where?
get a clear one.
Can you see?
Are we going to do our predictions for next week's race?
Of course we are. We'll do the whole lot. You get ready. You get ready with. I've just lost the. There it is. There it is. That's what I was looking for. There. Right. You get ready with the next. Where is the next race? No, well,
the
let's.
next race is in Austria.
Austria, which is a Red Bull Ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
For want of a better description. Let me just check the. It is the Formula One Rolex Grossier Pre von Oosterrecht 2020.
What's the name of the bloody track? I don't want the name of the sponsors. For the love of God, stop this madness.
You don't want the name of the track. You don't want the name of the sponsors. It's called the Red Bull Ring.
Why don't they just give it a name? Right, let's just do the points. Okay,
So
2
the
points there.
While you're clearing all that off.
No, I'll clear this off and we count no points. Okay.
All right.
Pole Max, yeah. Point for you, point for me. Who got fastest lap? Oh, crikey.
Fastest lap was Sergio Perez, and that was in a time of 1:14.481.
We were all over the show with the times.
Yeah, I was closest though.
All right. Right. Okay, so nothing for me there. I thought it was going to rain. Okay, 2 points for Max. Where did Perez come? He came in the top 10, so you get a point.
Yeah, Perez was where was he? He was.
Oh, I think you've done very well here today for me. You could extend your lead.
Perez was 6.
Russell
DNF.
No, nothing there. Science, where did he come?
Sainz was 5th.
Oh, I thought you got 2 there. You get a point for Alonso. You get a point for the GOAT. Leclerc, you get a point for. Where did he come? He comes.
Yeah, he was fourth.
Fourth. Yeah, that's what I got. I thought, Ocon, where did he come?
Oh, Ocon came eighth.
Ah!
Oh, you get 2 for him as well.
Yeah, I know. Stroll.
Oh, Stroll came 9th.
Norris.
He was 13th.
Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wowzers, mister.
Get on.
14, 79, 83. 83. Okay, let's do mine. 1 point for this fella. 1 point for Max. 1 point for Science. 1 point for Alonso. Russell, 1 point. No point.
No, 0 points for Russell.
Nil point. I've got Bottas sitting on the sidelines here. Unfortunately, I didn't get him. 1 point. Where did Perez come?
Perez, you get 2 points for him.
Oh. Perez's failure is my gain. 1 point for him. 2 points. Oh, this isn't bad. Where's Piastri come?
Piastri was 11th.
Where did nothing then? Where did Norris Albon?
Albon was 7th, so you get a point for him.
Right.
Look at that, eh?
You patronize his shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11, 6, 72. Oh my word. This is looking like a you're like this year's Verstappen. I feel like Perez. This is what Perez feels like.
So you're not Nico Machinery.
oh. Right.
Yeah, there's no comeback to that one.
There is no comeback. Let's just stop sharing while you tell me all the information about that track that we can
The
handle.
Austrian Grand Prix is held. It's the Osterring in
Osterring.
Spielberg.
Let's just.
It is in Spielberg. It's called the Red Bull.
Spielberg. It's in Steven Spielberg's back garden.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes. We will be doing 71 laps of the 4.318 kilometer circuit, which gives us a race distance of 306.452 kilometers. The lap record was set in 2020. COVID years. Any
Verstappen
guesses?
is Verstappen. It's got to be Verstappen.
Nope. Nope.
Gigawa.
Gigawa.
That's one from the old school.
Bronco.
That's an old school one. Let's just get
It was Carlos Sainz.
Science. Jeez.
And he did it in a time of 1 minute 5.619. So yeah, there we go.
That is an 8. Okay. Oh, sorry, you can't see this. Just start sharing.
The screen at the moment, right? Yeah. So, there are 3 DRS detection zones and 3 DRS detection areas. So yeah, it's got a couple of long straights. It has 10 corners.
Yeah.
Quite hilly. So yeah, it's going to be this is one of my favorite tracks. Actually,
Is
I
it?
think.
I'm not a big fan. I like the.
Really?
I'm a legacy guy, as you know.
Well, when you get on the game, it's quite a fun track to drive.
Is it? Oh, I can't wait. You wait. I'm going to be
Quite
smashing it. E-racing.
Yeah.
Going to be smashing it. Okay. So, sir, who do you think is going to be pole position? I'm going to hover my finger over the first letter of the name you're going to say. Tell me if I'm correct.
Verstappen.
I've got Max here. Max. Who do you think is going to get the fastest lap?
I think I'm gonna. Yeah, Sergio is gonna do it again. He's gonna keep eking it away.
A little consolation prize, isn't it? It's like the balloon you get to go home with at a party where everybody else wins all the other prizes. That was from deeply within my childhood there.
Yeah, that hurt.
That
you,
was
hasn't it?
a consistent therapy session. Okay. What's the fastest lap time again, sorry?
1:15. Oh, 1:05 it was. 1:05.
105. So it's going to be around that, isn't it? What are you going to go for?
Time wise,
Yeah.
I reckon 107.3.
0.3. You want to put any random numbers in there?
4.2.
Okay. Okay. So, sir, how goes it for the win? Who do you think is going to win? He says moving.
It's gotta be.
Who's it going to be? Who is it going to
Yeah.
be?
Yeah, I think Verstappen. I think it's got to be Verstappen, Alonso, and
I honestly think, as far as
let's say Perez.
Alonso, then Perez. Perez is going to try and make some kind of recovery. So first Verstappen, second Alonso, third Perez.
Then Sainz, Hamilton, Leclerc, Russell.
Hamilton. Make him a bit smaller there. Leclerc. Russ. Good old Rusty.
Yeah. Stroll.
Oh, Stroll. You think he's going to...
Yeah. Norris and then Ocon. No messing about.
No messing about. You're not taking your time today. Norris and then Ocon. Now, see, every week, see, because I'm behind, I'm taking more and more risks. Oh no, I'm like a driver who's taking risks into corners. I'm like Nick de Vries. I'm behind.
How's that
going to
working
lose.
out for you?
I'm losing. Right. I mean, one time I might just match yours completely, just to see if I can go on an even. I'm going to go Max for pole. The lap time, I'm going to go Hammy. I think there's still more.
Well, you get to call him Hammy, do you?
The goat. I should have put the goat there, shouldn't I? Let's just take a sip of... No, I'm not taking it out of the can. I'm a sophisticated man. I'm going to drink out of a glass. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go conservative here. I'm going to block Maxi boy there. Okay. Now, this is where, for me, I'm hoping the goat's going to get in front. I think this is going to be a nice little tasty battle for the rest of the season for these two. What do you reckon? Yeah, I do. I reckon they're going to have fun. Hopefully, not take yourself off and just really enjoy it. So, 1, Verstappen. 2, I haven't done my lap time. How silly of me. 1.0. What was the lap time last year?
1:05.
So you think they're heavier? Are they heavier? The slower cars? 1:06.
I'm not giving you any information that's going to change your.
I'm going to go for that 3.42. I kind of like the look of that. Okay. Now, this is the fun part. I've got a little bit of background noise I want to get rid of. There you go. Right. This is where it gets a bit tasty now, isn't it? Because you've got those Ferraris that it could either be 4th or 5th or out of the points completely. Let's be honest. So, Science's star is on the rise still. So I'm going to give him 4th.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I'm going to give Rusty 5th.
Rusty Russell.
Leclerc. I'm going to stick him in 6th with you. So I hopefully can pick up some of your slipstream, some of your points, if I may be so bold to use a term like that. Now, this is it now. We've got the big boys done. No, we haven't got Perez. I just don't think Perez is going. Part of me thinks he's not even going to be there.
Ooh.
Whoa. At some point, I'm going to have to put Ricardo on this board. Yeah. Okay, so these last 3, isn't it? Yeah,
That's the
Ocon.
tricky ones. You can make it or break it there.
Gonna go Ocon there. Gonna go the Hulk. I'm gonna give Haas a break. No, they weren't good last time. Sonoda. I'm gonna put him there. I'm gonna put Bottas here. Okay, so let me just run down what we've got so far here. I've got Verstappen first, the GOAT, Hamilton second, third, Alonso. That's a terrible pronunciation, isn't it? You all right, mate?
Yep.
You keep moving, keep talking.
That was a terrible
and Carlos,
pronunciation.
thank you. Carlos Sainz. Then I've got Rusty. Then I've got Leclerc in 6th. Then Perez in 7th. I don't think he's going to recover. I think this might be Perez's goodbye race for Red Bull. Goodbye at the end of the season, but this will be the. I think if he doesn't get behind, I think then there must come up to behind Perez 1-2. This race, they'll just sit him down and say, look, by the end of this, I think this is, yeah. Do you not think?
Really? By the end of this race?
Yeah, they're not going to ditch him this mid-season. What I'm saying is they're going to have to talk with him. You know the talk.
Right.
You know, you've been here a long while now, Perez. You know the talk. We've all had that sit-down talk. It's time. How are you feeling? It always, and the other one is, are you happy? Are you happy? That's always starts that way. Those talks always start that way. Perez 7th, anyway. Ocon, I think his star is rising a bit. Ocon 8th. Got old Bottas there. I think he might have his mojo back. I'm not sure. And Tsunoda up the rear. Dare I say it? That's what she said. No McLarens in my top 10 at all. I've even ditched my old friend Magnussen, the old K-Mag, the beautiful man that he is.
K-Mag. I miss the music for K-Mag.
I've got to get this soundboard working properly, people, so that when I push it, it doesn't just mute everything. It goes weird. So I'm gonna.
If there's any tech geniuses out there, please let us know.
Just someone put them in the comments. Why aren't you doing this on? I don't know what their names are. Ploopy Stream or something like that. You know, you could do all that stuff on there. If someone in the comments just says that, we won't have to use this Zoom thing. He says other providers are available.
Other video web streaming services are available.
We sound such boomers, don't we? It's just right. Okay, we're stop sharing screen. Stop sharing screen. Okay.
All right.
So that's the end of predictions, isn't it? Now this is the bit of the podcast where we just chat rubbish for 5 minutes and then we get lost. So I'm waiting for.
Bring up.
Go on.
The Extreme E thing. Were you, or are you not going to bother with that?
Were we going to mention some of that talk in the cool down room? Is the best talk you get through the whole weekend.
Yeah. The Max Verstappen podcast.
The Max Verstappen podcast. Has he got a podcast?
Yeah, he just has different guests on every week.
Yeah, and they always and you can tell that the commentators look forward to it. It's like, oh, let's just listen in on this, and they're just chatting about the race and the tyres.
I think they should do more of the highlights stream. They should be somebody. They should be more responsive highlights. Like Lewis said, what happened to George? Somebody should have had that clip lined up. Boom, play the George clip right now. Boom, there's a George clip. Right, and then they could. He's caught it.
Almost like a watch back thing
Yeah.
with all of them, and they can chat about it, and they can one could go, well, yeah, that would be
That's
like a
pretty
goggle
much what
box.
they did with Danny Ricciardo, didn't they? Did you watch any of that?
I saw that it was on, but I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I didn't understand how to do it.
Push a button, colour button, pushing buttons. We don't do that
Yeah,
anymore, do we? Is it all touchscreen? Touchscreen? I don't know. I thought it's all touchscreen and swipe, swipe, pinch, in, out, big, small, and then I go push a button. I'm not pushing a button ever again. I don't want that. What do you think you are telling me to put?
I know you're big enough to push buttons.
I've just learned how to pinch and swipe. Jesus. Coming at me with buttons. No, I didn't watch it. I might
yeah, that's what I think. It would be pretty good to hear that.
There's a great little watch along of there. I'm literally constantly going on about this race. There's a great little watch along of Jensen Button watching the 2011 Canadian Grand Prix. Or if you've got F1 TV, have I given you the password for that? F1 TV.
Let me try it right now.
You can watch any race from the past. Did I give you that? I might have changed the password because it was going a bit wafty on me. But 4 hours of glorious Canadian 2011 rain, stop raining, crash. Is it on? You got it? Is it unlocked or is it?
No, logged in as Wayne, yeah.
Oh, well, there you go then, mate. You've never used it?
No.
Any season, mate. Any highlights, any race. Set right all the way back to like the 80s.
Is Senna on there? That show you want me to watch?
That's the film, innit? That's the Senna film.
Right.
Just you're gonna have to rent it, mate.
Okay. 2011 Canadian Grand Prix.
and it's the full 4 hours. It is glorious. And I'll tell you why, 4.5 hours, you want to sit down with a beer and watch that, because there are extended like bits where they're not racing. The banter between the Martin Brundle and David Coulthard, just stuff like the whole race is just genius, and it ends perfectly. It's just a genius race. It's Jenson Butler's race of his career. You're literally going to do it now. Yeah, but you haven't got the internet to do it. Don't you do that?
Very aligned track has caused many to shed a tear here too.
Better not do that because we might get copyright striked.
We just did. Martin Brundle will be writing me a letter right now. Of all the people that watch this, Martin Brundle would have been one of them.
Oh, I would like to have a night out with Martin, sit and have a chat with him and just see how he is. He seems like a decent lad. He seems like a decent chap.
Decent lad.
Yeah, decent chap. I think
the whole conversation would be different for me. I'd be saying, what's certain centre really like? What was Prost really like? That's my chat. And Nigel Mansell, he was driving around with Nigel Mansell, all that business, all that beeswax.
How does it feel when you flip a car like that? I mean, was he hurting when he walked back to the pit and got in the next car? I mean, talk us through that. What were you feeling? How was it the next day you had pain? Come on.
Shall I try and compose an email to Martin Brundle, get him on the podcast?
Yeah.
We've got to go.
How was Ernie, by the way?
Yeah, we got to get that man back. I haven't spoken to him. I'll email him. I know I say it.
Well, you've said that so many times.
I'm just a tease.
That's what she said. Yeah.
That's what she said. And on that note, sir, it's time to finish the F1 Show podcast. I've been the host of the most, Wayne. This has been the man in the pits with the tits, Brendan. And we've managed to do it. He froze a couple of times. Oh, there's a little bell there. He's frozen a couple of times, but we made it through without being so fragmented.
Same outfit as well, eh? Hey.
Same outfit, everything.
A bit dirty from the barbecue earlier, but hey.
That's battle scars, mate. A man and his barbecue. He has to wear that. That's okay, buddy. We'll see you next week, everybody. Yeah.